driven by her selfish ambitions and desire to escape poverty, brushed off her friend's concern. Who cares about love? I need to secure my future and that of my family. Kasalachi is just a means to an end. Mara replied coldly. Once upon a time, in the village of Eziama, there lived a woman named Nkemderim. She was a kind and hardworking woman, always with a warm smile on her face. Nkemderim was married to a man named Matthew, and together they had a son named Kasalachi. Their little family lived happily in their modest home, surrounded by the lush greenery of their village. One fateful day, tragedy struck. Matthew had gone to the city of Enugu in search of work, hoping to provide a better life for his family. However, on his way back home, he was involved in a ghastly motor accident. The news of his passing shocked the entire village, leaving Nkemderim and Kasalachi heartbroken. Nkemderim, despite her grief, was a strong and resilient woman. She knew that she had to be strong for her son, Kasalachi. With determination in her heart, she took up the responsibility of raising him all by herself. Life became challenging for Nkemderim and Kasalachi after Matthew's death. They didn't have much, but Nkemderim was resourceful. She would help the villagers work on their farms, earning a little money to provide for herself and her son. The villagers appreciated her hard work and kindness, and they would often share some of their harvest with her as a token of gratitude. One day, as Kasalachi grew older, Nkemderim decided that he should go to school. Education was very important to her, and she believed that it would open doors for Kasalachi's future. She enrolled him in the village government school, where education was free for all children in the community. "Mama, why do I have to go to school?" Kasalachi asked one evening as they sat outside their home, enjoying the cool breeze. Nkemderim smiled at her son lovingly. "Education is the key to a better future, my son. I want you to have opportunities that your father and I never had. You will learn many things, you will make new friends, and one day you'll be proud of how far you've come." Kasalachi nodded, understanding his mother's words. He hugged her tightly, feeling grateful for her love and guidance. Years passed, and Kasalachi grew into a bright and diligent young man. With his mother's unwavering support and his own hard work, he successfully completed his primary and secondary education. Meanwhile, Nkemderim had saved up enough money from her trading business in the village market to fulfill a dream she had nurtured for years, sending her son to the university. When the long-awaited admission letter arrived from the University of Benin, Nkemderim's heart swelled with pride. She hugged Kasalachi tightly, tears of joy streaming down her cheeks. "My son, you have made me so proud. I know you will do great things," she said, her voice filled with love and admiration. Kasalachi, feeling the weight of his mother's sacrifices and blessings, made a silent promise to himself. "Mama, I will study hard and make you even prouder. You've done so much for me, and I want to repay you by succeeding in life," he vowed, determination shining in his eyes. Months flew by, and the day finally arrived for Kasalachi to leave for the University of Benin. Nkemderim prayed fervently for her son's journey and success, holding on to her faith that God would watch over him. As Kasalachi settled into the university life, he faced challenges and obstacles, but he never forgot his mother's words of encouragement and prayers. He would call her often, sharing his experiences and seeking her wisdom. "Mama, university life is tough, but your prayers keep me going. I miss you and appreciate everything you've done for me," Kasalachi would say during their phone conversations. Nkemderim would reply with a heartfelt prayer. May God continue to guide and protect you, my son. Keep working hard and never lose faith. I believe in you." Their bond grew stronger despite the distance, fueled by love, faith, and the shared dream of a brighter future. Kasalachi knew that his mother's love and prayers were the pillars that held him up during challenging times. As time passed, Kasalachi continued to excel in his studies at the university. He dedicated himself to his studies, earning distinctions in his chosen field of electrical engineering. Whenever he had breaks from the university, Kasalachi would return home to the village to help his mother in Kemdering with her trading business in the bustling village markets. After years of hard work and determination, the day of Kasalachi's graduation finally arrived. Nkemdirim beamed with pride as she stood by her son's side at the graduation ceremony. She watched with tears of joy in her eyes as Kasalachi received his diploma, knowing that her sacrifices and prayers had borne fruit. After the ceremony, mother and son returned to their village, their hearts filled with happiness and gratitude. One night, as they sat together under the starry sky, Nkemdirim couldn't contain her emotion any longer. She gently woke Kasalachi up and expressed her overwhelming pride and love for him. "My dear son, I am so proud of the man you have become. Your hard work and determination have paid off, and I know you will achieve even greater things in life," Nkemdirim said, her voice filled with motherly affection. Kasalachi hugged his mother tightly, feeling her love enveloping him like a warm embrace. "Thank you, Mama. I couldn't have done it without your support and prayers. You are my rock, and I promise to always make you proud," he replied, his eyes shining with gratitude. Nkemdirim then asked Kasalachi about his plans for the future now that he had completed his education. Kasalachi shared his aspirations of moving to the city, finding a job in Lagos, and eventually saving up to travel abroad for a better opportunities. "I plan to relocate to Lagos by next month, Mama, to start looking for a job. But don't worry, Mama, I'll keep in touch and we'll talk before I leave," Kasalachi assured his mother, sensing her concern. Nkemdirim smiled and blessed her son. "May God guide and protect you in all your endeavors. Remember, no matter where life takes you, I will always be here for you." Kasalachi hugged his mother once more, grateful for her unwavering love and support. "I love you, Mama," he whispered. "I love you too, my dear son," Nkenderim replied, her heart full of love and pride for her beloved Kasalachi. And with that heartfelt exchange, mother and son said their goodnights, their bond stronger than ever as they looked towards a future filled with hope and possibilities. One bright morning, as the sun rose over the village of Eziama, Nkemdirim called Kasalachi to her side. She handed him a check containing a substantial amount of money, leaving Kasalachi stunned and speechless. "Mama, where did you get all this money from?" Kasalachi asked, his eyes wide with surprise. Nkemdirim smiled tenderly and placed a hand on her son's shoulder. "My dear Kasalachi, let me tell you a story about my past," she began. She recounted the hardships she faced growing up as an orphan, alongside with her siblings. After the passing of their parents, Nkemdirim shared how they were treated poorly by some people in the village and even their family members, facing humiliation and hardship simply because they were without parents to protect them. "I promised myself that no matter what, I would never let my children suffer like I did," Nkemdirim said, her voice filled with determination. She then explained to Kasalachi that he was her only child and that she would always stand by him, no matter the circumstances. Nkemdirim encouraged Kasalachi to use the money to prepare for traveling abroad, where his friend had mentioned job opportunities and a place to stay with family members. Tears welled up in Kasalachi's eyes as he listened to his mother's story and felt her unwavering love and support. Mama, I am so grateful for everything you've done for me. I promise I will make you proud, he said, his voice choked with emotion. Nkemdirim hugged her son tightly, her heart overflowing with love. I believe in you, Kasalachi. Go out there and chase your dreams. I will always be here for you, she said with a smile. After their heartfelt conversation, Nkemdirim left for her shop in the village market, where she sold beautiful Ankara prints. Kasalachi watched her go, feeling a deep sense of gratitude and determination to fulfill his mother's hopes and dreams for him. After months of preparation, Kasalachi's travel documents were finally ready, and he embarked on a journey abroad. In this new land, he found a lucrative job that rewarded his hard work with a good salary. Despite the distance, Kasalachi remained connected to his roots, frequently sending money and thoughtful gifts to his beloved mother Nkemdirim. As time passed, Kasalachi's success overseas grew. He became financially stable and even started sending money to his mother to begin building a new house on their family land. Nkemdirim was overjoyed by her son's generosity and his determination to secure a brighter future for their family. 3 years flew by and Kasalachi made a life-changing decision. He decided to return to Nigeria, armed with dream of establishing his own company and starting a family. Excited to share his plans with his mother, Kasalachi called Nkemdirim and shared his intentions. Mama, I've decided to come back to Nigeria. I want to start my own company and build a life here. I've also met someone special and her name is Mara, and we plan to get married, Kasalachi announced, his voice filled with anticipation. Nkemdirim's heart swelled with happiness for her son. Kasalachi, I'm so proud of you. You've worked hard and achieved so much. Mara must be a wonderful woman for you to have chosen her, she replied, her voice brimming with motherly pride. On the other hand, Nkemdirim had also been thinking about her son's future. She almost brought up the topic of finding a wife for Kasalachi, but he surprised her by revealing that he had already found Mara and planned to marry her. That's wonderful news, Kasalachi. I trust your judgment and I want nothing more than for you to be happy and fulfilled, Nkemdirim said, her eyes shining with joy. As days passed, Kasalachi's plans began to materialize. Filled with excitement and determination to turn his dreams into reality, Mara, the woman he had met online, proved to be a kind and loving partner, sharing in his ambitions and supporting him in every step of the way. Nkemdirim, with a heart full of love and pride, watched as her son embarked on this new chapter of his life. She knew that no matter where life took Kasalachi, he would always carry with him the values of hard work, love, and family that she had instilled in him. As the days passed, Mara's requests for money from Kasalachi became more frequent and insistent. Kasalachi, blinded by love and eager to support Mara, continued to send her money without hesitation. Mara, however, had ulterior motives hidden beneath her facade of affection. One day, Mara approached Kasalachi with a new request. Kasalachi, my love, I want to start a business. Can you send me money to get it started? She asked sweetly, her eyes reflecting false sincerity. Kasalachi, wanting to see Mara succeed, readily agreed and sent her the money she requested. Little did he know Mara's intentions were far from genuine. She saw Kasalachi as a means to an end, a source of financial stability that she could exploit for her own benefit. The truth about Mara began to unravel when one of her friends stumbled upon her phone and saw Kasalachi's contact saved as the main mogul. Shocked and disgusted by Mara's deception, the friend confronted her, urging her to stop using Kasalachi for personal gain. Mara, this isn't right. Kasalachi genuinely cares for you and you are taking advantage of him, the friend warned, trying to reason with Mara. But Mara, driven by her selfish ambitions and desire to escape poverty, brushed off her friend's concern. Who cares about love? I need to secure my future and that of my family. Kasalachi is just a means to an end. Mara replied coldly, her eyes filled with determination. Her friend pleaded with her to reconsider her actions, reminding her of the love and trust Kasalachi had for her. Don't ruin a good man's heart for your selfish desires, the friend pleaded. But Mara, blinded by her own greed, dismissed her friend's advice with a wave of hand. I know what I am doing. Kasalachi will be fine. I have big plans for my family and I won't let anything or anyone stand in my way, Mara declared, her tone resolute. As Mara walked away, her friend could only shake her head in disbelief. Mara, don't say I didn't warn you, she whispered to herself, hoping that Mara would someday realize the gravity of her actions before it was too late. 2 weeks flew by and Kasalachi finally returned to Nigeria. Mara, with her deceptive charm and carefully crafted facade, transformed herself into the epitome of a loving and devoted wife-to-be. Her dressing, demeanor, and actions exuded an aura of serenity and grace, deceiving those around her into believing she was an angel. At the airport, Mara eagerly awaited Kasalachi's arrival. When they finally reunited, there was an undeniable sense of love and joy in the air. Kasalachi felt like he had found his soulmate, thanking God for bringing such a wonderful woman into his life. Little did he know, Mara's heart harbored ulterior motives, driven by greed and deceit. In Mara's mind, meeting Kasalachi meant hitting the jackpot. She saw him as a means to elevate her family out of poverty and secure a comfortable life for herself. Her thoughts revolved around the material gains she would acquire through this relationship, rather than genuine love or affection for Kasalachi. After their joyful reunion at the airport, Kasalachi had already arranged for them to stay at a hotel for the night before visiting his mother in Kemderim the next day. The evening was filled with laughter and conversation as they shared stories and got to know each other better. However, Mara remained elusive about her own background, offering vague responses and deflecting personal questions. Kasalachi, curious about Mara's life, suggested visiting her place together. However, Mara quickly dismissed the idea, insisting that they could go another time, perhaps when they returned to Lagos after visiting their families. Unknown to Kasalachi, Mara was concealing a dark secret about her living arrangements. Deep down, Mara knew that if Kasalachi discovered where she truly lived, he would uncover her hidden life in the brothels. Fearful of exposing her deceitful facade, Mara kept her true identity and lifestyle hidden, manipulating Kasalachi's trust to further her own selfish agenda. The following morning, Kasalachi and Mara embarked on a journey to Ogidi in Anambra State, Nigeria, to visit Kasalachi's mother in Kemderim. As they arrived at Kasalachi's father's compound, Nkemderim's eyes lit up with joy and pride as she rushed out to embrace her son, showing how much she had missed him. In that moment of reunion, Kasalachi and his mother were immersed in their own world of love and affection, momentarily forgetting Mara's presence. Mara, on the other hand, was filled with apprehension, already scheming in her heart about how to navigate her interactions with Nkemderim. She couldn't help but feel threatened by the strong bond between Kasalachi and his mother. As Kasalachi exchanged pleasantries with his mother, he introduced Mara as the woman he intended to marry. Mara forced a smile and greeted Nkemderim, who warmly welcomed her into their family. They all sat down to a meal prepared by Nkemderim, sharing stories and getting to know each other better. However, as the night grew late, Mara's facade began to crack. Exhausted from the day's event, she fell asleep while Kasalachi and his mother continued chatting. The next morning, Nkemderim woke up early and started tending to the household chores and cleaning the compound. She couldn't help but notice that Mara, who was supposed to be a prospective wife, remained inside the room, refusing to lend a helping hand. Inside the room, Kasalachi tried to wake Mara up and encourage her to assist his mother, but Mara's true colors emerged. I didn't come here to be anyone's slave. They should be pampering and serving me as a new wife to be, Mara protested, her selfishness and entitlement evident in her words. Kasalachi was taken aback by Mara's attitude, but chose to remain composed. He left the room, disappointed by Mara's lack of consideration and respect for his mother. And so, with Mara's true nature revealed, Kasalachi found himself torn between his love for Mara and his deep-rooted respect for his mother. Kasalachi, troubled by Mara's disrespectful behavior towards his mother Nkemderim, stepped outside and saw his mother sweeping the compound. He gently took the broom from her and started sweeping, a small gesture of respect and appreciation for his mother's hard work. Nkemderim wanted to address Mara's behavior, but decided it was too early to complain, considering Mara might be tired as well. Meanwhile, Mara shamelessly prepared herself as if she were going out for a grand occasion. When she heard breakfast was ready, she rushed to shower, applied makeup and dressed elegantly, all to impress Nkemderim and wait for her to serve the meal. Kasalachi felt a wave of embarrassment and disappointment at Mara's attitude, but kept his composure to avoid upsetting his mother. This pattern of entitlement and disrespect continued daily for a week. Mara not only behaved rudely, but also kept demanding large sums of money from Kasalachi, which she promptly sent to her own family member without contributing anything to the household. Nkemderim, although patient, was deeply troubled by Mara's behavior and pondered how to address the situation. One morning, as Mara lounged on the couch engrossed in her phone, Nkemderim swept the room and approached her. Mara casually raised her legs for Nkemderim to sweep under. Displaying her lack of manners and consideration, Nkemderim was shocked and muttered to herself, "Onye zoro nwa nke a? O nwero nsọpụrụ?" Meaning, who trained this child? She is mannerless. Realizing that Mara wasn't fit to be her son's wife. That night, after Mara had gone to bed, Nkemderim called Kasalachi and expressed her concerns. She recounted Mara's behaviors since her arrival and how she had never lifted a finger to help or even prepare a meal. Nkemderim stressed the importance of choosing a life partner wisely, someone who would bring happiness and harmony to their home. Kasalachi listened to his mother's words with a heavy heart, realizing the gravity of the situation. He had been reflecting on Mara's behavior and the impact it had on his mother and their family. Nkemderim, his mother, told him to tell Mara that he was duped and that he had lost everything he ever worked for in life. So that way, they can see Mara's real character and know what she really wanted from Kasalachi. Nkemdirin reassured her son that everything would be fine, but her concern for his happiness was evident in her eyes. Kasalachi, following his mother's plan, enacted the scene of being duped and losing all his money. The, the next morning, as orchestrated, his friend called him, feigning distress over the phone. Kasalachi, playing along, listened to the conversation and then dramatically screamed in despair before collapsing to the ground, shedding fake tears of anguish. Mara, startled by the sudden outburst, rushed to Kasalachi's side, her demeanor shifting from nonchalant to concerned. Kasalachi, what is wrong? What happened? She inquired anxiously, her eyes scanning his face for answers. Gasping for breath, Kasalachi recounted the fabricated story of being deceived in a business venture, leaving him with nothing but the family home in the village. He even went as far as asking Mara to lend him some money, adding an element of urgency to his plea. Mara's reaction was a stark revelation of her true nature. Gone was the calm and composed facade she had meticulously crafted. Instead, she displayed a mix of shock, disbelief, and self-centeredness. You mean you don't have money anymore? What about our plans? So are we not going to get married any longer? She exclaimed, her concern more about their materialistic aspirations than Kasalachi's well-being. As Kasalachi continued his act, shedding tears and expressing his devastation, Mara's expression fluctuated between disbelief, frustration, and calculation. Her true motives became glaringly obvious as she struggled to comprehend the sudden turn of events and the potential impact on her own desires and ambitions. Meanwhile, Nkemdelim, who had been silently observing the scene, entered the room with a stern expression. Enough, Mara, she spoke firmly, her voice cutting through the tension in the room. This is not about your plans or desire. It's about supporting and caring for each other, especially in time of hardship. Mara, caught off guard by Nkemdirim's interruption, looked around nervously, realizing that her charade had been exposed. She muttered under her breath, but I can't end up with a poor man. My family needs me. Kasalachi, still feigning distress, glanced at his mother with gratitude, knowing that her plan had succeeded in unmasking Mara's true intention. As the morning light filtered through the window, Mara found herself in a state of shock and confusion. The events of that day had left her reeling, questioning her choices of facing the consequences of her deceitful actions. Nkemderim gaze hardened. Your family's needs should not come at the expense of honesty and integrity, she retorted. And as for this pregnancy, trying to pin it on Kasalachi is a desperate and manipulative move. Mara, now fully aware of the gravity of her action, felt a wave of panic and regret wash over her. She fumbled for words, trying to justify her actions but failing to find any valued excuses. Meanwhile, Kasalachi, having listened to Mara's phone call and realizing the extent of her deception, stood beside his mother, his expression a mix of disappointment and relief. Mara, you've shown your true colors. He spoke calmly but firmly. I cannot build a future with someone who prioritizes money and deceit over honesty and love. Mara, concerned and exposed, hung her head in shame. I'm sorry, she whispered, her voice barely audible. Nkemdirim, though disappointed, showed compassion. It's never too late to change, Mara, she said softly, but you need to reflect on your actions and understand the consequences. With that, Kasalachi and his mother left Mara to contemplate her choices. As they walked away, Nkemdirim put a comforting hand on Kasalachi's shoulder. We've learned valuable lessons from this experience, she said reassuringly. Now we can focus on building a future based on honesty and genuine love. And with shame, Mara went inside, unpacked her belongings, and left Kasalachi's house. Months passed, and Kasalachi focused on rebuilding his life and pursuing his dreams. He started a business in Onitsha, a bustling city known for its vibrant markets and trade activities. With determination and hard work, Kasalachi's business began to thrive, bringing in steady income and opportunities for growth. Nkemdirim, his loving mother, watched with pride as her son regained his happiness and purpose. She knew that the journey ahead would be filled with challenges, but she was confident that Kasalachi had the resilience and determination to succeed. One day, Nkemdirim decided to introduce Kasalachi to a young woman named Ujunwa. She heard about Ujunwa's good character and strong family values, and she believed that Ujunwa would be a wonderful match for her son. Kasalachi and Ujunwa met, and they instantly connected. Ujunwa's warmth and sincerity resonated with Kasalachi, and he admired her strong sense of family and commitment. They spent time getting to know each other, sharing stories and dreams for the future. After weeks of courtship, Kasalachi proposed to Ujunwa, and she joyfully accepted. Their wedding day was filled with laughter, music, and celebration. Family and friends gathered to witness their union, and Nkemdirim beamed with happiness, knowing that her son had found true love and companionship. As the years went by, Kasalachi and Ujunwa welcomed a beautiful daughter into their lives. They named her Chizaram, meaning God answers my prayers, a testament to the blessings they had received. Chizaram brought immense joy and laughter to their home, and Kasalachi and Ujunwa embraced parenthood with love and dedication. Their businesses flourished, expanding to new markets and gaining recognition for its quality products and excellent services. Kasalachi's hard work paid off, and he became a respected entrepreneur in the community. Nkemdirim continued to be a pillar of strength and wisdom for her family. She reveled in the happiness of seeing her son and his family thrive, knowing that they had overcome challenges together and emerged stronger than ever. And so, Kasalachi, Ujunwa, Chizaram, and Nkemdirim lived happily ever after, surrounded by love, laughter, and the blessings of a united family. Their journey taught them valuable lessons about resilience, forgiveness, and the power of genuine love. And in their home, peace and harmony reigned, creating a legacy of happiness for generations to come. The most important lesson from this story is about love, especially the love between parents and their children. Parents play a crucial role in shaping their children's life by being there for them, guiding them, and teaching them right from wrong. It's important for parents to take responsibility for their young children, keeping them safe and away from harm. For young people, the lesson is to be cautious and make wise choices, even when things are tough. It's not an excuse to do wrong things or take advantage of others. Bad decisions can lead to serious problems and harm. affecting our lives and relationships. It's important to think carefully and consider the consequences of our actions because life is precious and we should always strive to do what is right. So, the key lesson is to cherish love between parents and children, be responsible, and make choices that lead to a better and happier life for everyone. And with that, my dear friends, our story comes to a close. But remember, the magic of storytelling lives on, waiting to whisk us away on new adventures, where the wonders of imagination know no bounds. Goodbye for now, and may your dreams be filled with joy, wonder, and endless possibility. Thank you so much for watching. Please kindly comment, share, like, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more interesting stories.